Today is Bowsprit day. And I want to be able to run a furling Gennaker off the front here. Now it has its eye out there and an anchor down under. I've looked at putting a pole through this area to get a connection point out further, but it just doesn't work. And my pulpit is quite a way forward, so I need to get out quite a bit further. So I have designed and built this item here. I started this project by putting the existing bow roller into my 3D design program, then drawing the new bowsprit. Rockner and Luma were kind enough to supply me with a 3D design of their anchors so that I could confirm the fit of the anchors on my design. From the 3D design, I then printed out a 2D paper design, and that was given to the stainless fabricator. While the stainless fabricator was making the bowsprit, I made the top plate out of fiberglass. I'm going to put that out. It will start here, connect, the roller go out, and my piece will be out here. See, there is the forestay chain plate, and out here will be my furler connection. The anchor will sit out further. That means I can have a different sail configuration. At the moment I've got pole on my mast and a symmetrical spinnaker. I want to change it so I can do it totally single-handed and do it from the cockpit with a roll of furling Gennaker. So that project today is to take this unit off, unbolt these, got to get up underneath through the hatch and start to fit the new unit. Now, look at this, deck's covered in tools. Oh, it's come off, hanging it all off. Someone's used sticky mastic type stuff. Yeah, I'll clean that up, put that back on, then I can start putting that unit in place. All right. Clean that up, made it a little bit more shiny. Put it back on in place now. Yeah, as you can see, first step was to take the genoa off, decrease the weight on the furler. To get the furler off, genoa halyard to the cleats and topping boom or pole topping lift. Going up there, keeping the mast forward. Eased off the backstay, and then these ones I had to ease off a bit too to allow that go forward enough for me to undo the pins. Now it's a reverse, trying to put everything back together. This is going to be sweet. I'm really looking forward to seeing this completed. It's going to look so nice. That stainless steel piece is going to have a fiberglass cover over it, which is this cover sitting here. Oh, yeah, it's pretty wide. That's because the channel is offset to get around the forestay. And then that means we'll have a dolphin watching platform. Be able to stand there, video dolphins. Yeah. Let's have a look at the new bowsprit. Got a spade 20 kg on it. I'll be putting on a 25 kg anchor. Look at that. Okay. Woohoo! Yes, I can walk out here. I can stand out here. Wow, this is terrific. Good diving platform, dolphin watching. Yes, it's all so I can have this unit here and then run a smaller unit of this, but a furling asymmetrical spinnaker. Okay, the bowsprit extends out. I've yet to put in a bobstay, or not start bob, yeah, would you call it a bobstay, to support the loads a bit better. Got a nice big 1200 watt anchor windlass. Chain comes up, misses the deck. Used to clink, 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 clink in there. Now, just that side of the forestay, it's running straight out. Possible to do something with that in the future, but I'm not going. Come back down here, chain runs down. When I first got this boat, it didn't have this roller. I put this roller in so the chain used to come straight up and go out. And if you look at it, it was only held by a very small portion of the gypsy. And a couple of times I've almost lost my chain because you're putting it out and you back up and this chain would bounce out and it would just keep running. And the only way I ever managed to stop it was to get my foot and bang! I always wear shoes. Today I'm not for some reason because it's very, very hot and I'm not doing anything. And if I'm running around the boat, I wear shoes. And that would jam it in the gypsy. Now, this is a bow roller of some unknown boat. And I've mounted it to these two bolts down here. One bolt is actually part of the original of the windlass. There we go. And it just holds that in place. So the chain comes up, goes around and out. And now it's held by almost half the gypsy. So I don't get any chain slip. And that was a problem before. I was getting massive chain slip and this was slipping out and then the chain would just run. That's one of the best and safest modifications I have done, especially in the anchoring side. Amazingly successful. Really, really happy with such a simple concept, just holding that in. When I actually anchor, I clip on a bridle and the bridle runs back to here and the rope goes down. All right, so this is not holding the boat as such. That's pretty good. I'm very happy with that. Right, now I've got to buy a bigger anchor. It'll fit a Rockner 25. So it'll fit a Luma 25. Just installing the bobstay. Last thing to do. Yeah. I've set up the furler. I'm using a Gennaker halyard as my spinnaker halyard. It's not in the mast at the moment. I'm going to run the tack line back to here. The furling lines will come over top of this bar, through the fittings, and then run back to the cockpit. By having the furling line over top and the tack line back here, I can release the tack line, step on it, and then bring the whole unit and everything into here and then unclip the sails. And the same for going back out. Keep it easy. on an ocean passage, I don't want to be climbing out, reaching over the bow to release the sail. Let the tack go, bring it back over top, do all the work here, and safety on the foredeck. Just release the tack line all the way to the tack line, grab the sail and bring it back into here. The first snag point's here. From here I can release the tack line, release the sail and pack it away, drop it down into its bag. And same, put the sail on, it's in its bag here, clip it all on, put the halyard on, put the tack line on, and then feed it back to the bow. You can always tension up more on the halyard. These lines fed back to the cockpit. Furling. This line will be back in the cockpit, and that's what I'll be doing. To tack, you have to furl the sail, jibe or tack, and then let it out again. And this operation will be carried out in the cockpit. Now that I have the bowsprit installed and the furler set up, the next step is to climb up the mast, put the spinnaker halyard in, and then do the measurements for the sailmaker so that they can make me the correct size furling Gennaker. I hope you like this video. Remember to comment, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you next week.